Some of you may be old enough to remember the old commercial, the Just Say No to Drugs commercial, where they have the egg on the frying pan, right? And they have the egg, right? This is your brain, and then they crack it open and fry it, right? And this is your brain on drugs, right? Which is scary and all, but not entirely true. But I will say that we do know what happens to the brain on stress hormone. And that's kind of what happens, damage to the brain. I'm Dr. Andrew Neville, and I specialize in treating adrenal fatigue. And I want to talk to you a little bit about what happens to the brain when we are overexposed to stress hormone over time, right? Because that's kind of what adrenal fatigue is. Adrenal fatigue is very misunderstood. I know your conventional doctor doesn't believe in it, right? If you don't have Addison's disease, which is complete failure, then your adrenals are fine. Think about that logically. That doesn't make sense. You know, your thyroid doesn't have to be failed to have a problem. You can have a more subtle problem. Same thing with the ovaries. They don't have to fail, and you can have a more subtle problem, but not your adrenals. As long as your adrenals haven't completely failed, they are great. Nothing could be further from the truth. Anyway, adrenal fatigue exists. It's basically your body being stuck in a stress response for too long because either too much stress over time or the system just gets stuck in that mode, which, you know, we can talk about at some point. One of the things that happens is there is metabolic exhaust from being in a stress response too much. That metabolic exhaust are free radicals. Free radicals cause what we call oxidative stress, but free radicals are these little electrophilic molecules, small. To me, they're like little pinballs in an old school pinball machine in the blood. And the blood goes everywhere, so the damage is literally everywhere, head to toe, inside and out, including the brain. The brain behaves very predictably when you hit it with a bunch of stress hormone and a bunch of free radicals. It increases oxidative stress, causes inflammation, even immune activation in the brain. And when you do that, you're going to develop conditions that even have diagnoses: anxiety, depression, ADD, ADHD. I mean, how common is this? Even adult. I have adult ADHD. Oh, yeah, okay. Why? My question is always why. So why is your brain doing that? Well, if you hit it with all this stress hormone, if you hit it with free radicals, right, it's going to behave that way. You're not going to be able to focus. You're not going to be able to, your memory is going to be bad. You're not going to be able to find words, right? All because of that inflammatory process, that oxidative stress in the brain, which will also lead to, again, anxiety, depression, insomnia, all kinds of neurological problems will come from too much stress hormone over time. And that is incredibly well documented. So what do we do about it? Crank up neurotransmitters, take a bunch of antidepressants, take a bunch of Ritalin and Adderall and things like that, right, to crank up your dopamine, right? Dopamine, serotonin, we start chasing after those things. But the question is, why are those helpful in any way, right? Why is there a problem within those neurotransmitters in the first place? And what I can tell you is that I know for certain that when the brain is hit with stress hormone, my patients develop what I lovingly call brain fog, memory, focus, decision-making, all cognitive stuff, just fatigue, can't even read books and things like that. And when we fix that adrenal fatigue or that shift, right, get people out of the stress physiology into this rest and digest physiology, let them heal and repair, the brain also can heal and repair, and you can recover that functionality in the brain. This is not, early onset dementia, adult ADD, not that these things don't exist, but I'm always asking why. Is there possibly an underlying cause that is leading to that problem? And if we treat that underlying cause, does that problem go away without meds? And I'm here to tell you it does. Good luck.